1865, 1900 was caused by what? Manufacturing. Manufacturing replaced agriculture. Manufacturing. Next. 19. How large companies ran their business / management. Separate functions. Separate functions. In other words, that means there's a manager for each department. Today, people go to college to be a manager. In the old days, there was only one manager per store. Now, there's tons of managers for each department. So it dealt with separate functions for managers. You can actually go to college and become, you get a degree in business or whatever, be a manager. Next. Number 20, social Darwinism. Survival of the fittest / wealth. Survival of the fittest / wealth. Next. Next. Number 9, why abolitionists pressured Lincoln to free slaves. To end slavery, more soldiers for the Union, fugitive slave law no longer existed. End slavery, more soldiers for the Union, a fugitive slave law no longer. End slavery, more soldiers for the Union, fugitive slave law no longer. Next. Number 10, Lincoln after the Civil War assassinated. He was assassinated. Next. 30. Number 30, where Roosevelt sent Commodore Dewey and why? The Spanish fleet in Manila Bay. To destroy the Spanish fleet in Manila Bay. Spanish fleet in Manila Bay. Next. 28, Midway Islands. Why we bought them? Strategically located. Strategically located. They call it a coaling station. Kind of like a gas station today. Strategically located. Military strategy. Next. 29. Yellow journalism, misleading to the public / exaggerated news stories. Misleading information. We talked about that in the Spanish-American War. Next. 34. Wealth is 2% of total income. 20%. 20% of the total income of all Americans. 20% of the total income of all Americans. And I have no idea.
What number? 34.
Next. 21. Andrew Carnegie is known for steel and Bessemer converter. That was 21. Steel and Bessemer converter. He is a rich dude. He went from rags to riches. Next.
22.
Rockefeller equals oil industry, an oil tycoon. Oil. Next. 27. War with Mexico. U.S. claimed nearly half of Mexico for $15 million. The U.S. claimed nearly half of Mexico for $15 million. The U.S. claimed nearly half of Mexico for $15 million. Next. Nope.
Yeah, that's your
Nope.
12.
12. Black codes, restrictions against blacks. Restrictions against blacks. Next.
38.
38. Commissioner system. Remember that was in Galveston. There were 5 commissioners, 2 elected, 3 appointed. 5 commissioners, 2 elected, 3 appointed, and they cleaned up Galveston Island today. They just didn't go by the buddy system. They actually elected them. 2 of them. There were 5 commissioners, 2 elected, 3 appointed. Next.
33.
33. 20s. How did politicians stay in office? Favors. The spoil system. Political machines. Favors. Next.
32.
What?
32.
32. After 18 days, immigrant cities, why? Jobs. Next.
39.
39. 39 and 40 go together. Direct election of senators, the 17th Amendment. The 17th Amendment was direct election of senators. No longer were they appointed. They were actually elected. There are 100 senators, 2 from each state. Next.
3.
Number 3. Slave rights, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Equals no rights. Slaves had no rights. Next.
31.
31. Treaty to end the Spanish-American War. Spain ceded Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines, $20 million. Spain ceded Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines for $20 million. Called the Treaty of Paris. Spain ceded Guam, and Puerto Rico, and the Philippines for $20 million. Next.
Number 2.
I got about a brutal one. Underground Railroad. Slaves could hide for freedom. Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroad. They hit the slaves out for freedom. That's how they escaped. The slaves could hide for freedom. They were hid out in barns and different places until they got free. Next. 27. Last but not least, 27. War with Mexico. U.S. claimed nearly half of Mexico for $15 million. I know, but she wanted it. U.S. claimed nearly half of Mexico for $15 million. All right, that pretty much is well over 90% or maybe 100. Next page, 41 through 81. I'll start on this side of the room. When it's all said and done, you'll nearly have